Hello, everyone. Um, New-ish computer, and when I went on Zoom, it'd give you a fake background, but obviously it doesn't look like it on this one. So I've just been messing with it to try and work out what I can and can't do on it. I have no idea. So for the time being, we'll just talk and see how we go on. No, hey, Golden Key, how's it going? Hey, Redneck. Wow, you beat INFJ. That's pretty good. That's pretty good to get in here before her. It's nice to see you here, to be fair. Yeah, I'm just I'm stunned at what people say and do. I really am. And I won't call these stupid idiots anymore, even though they keep acting like stupid idiots. And I tell them, don't keep saying stupid things, and I won't call you stupid idiots. So I won't call them stupid idiots anymore, even though I still think they are, because they say things like, "Don't call me stupid idiots," and teachers give answers. What? Do they? I thought they gave you the method, how to resolve the method by giving you an answer, and then everything after that was you. So for 3.5 years, I've given you probably 20 different methods with the answers to those methods. And then for homework, you're supposed to work it out for yourself. For your coursework, you're supposed to work it out for yourself. And for the title, you're supposed to work it out for yourself. So how does that make me a bad teacher? And how is that not a stupid statement to make? Teachers give you answers. Well, if that was the case, from the age of about 4 or 5, you didn't need to go to school and you didn't need to go to college. You could have stayed at home playing with your friends, and your teachers would have done all your work for you, got your answers for you, passed all your tests for you throughout your whole school career and college career, and then at the end of it, just gave you a doctorate or whatever they call it, graduation papers. Teacher could have done that for you. So you could have spent all those years at home. You never had to go to school because teacher give you the answers. But I'm not going to call you stupid or idiots. Some people say we're still looking for the chest, and I say I'm not searching for anything. Idiots, but I'm not going to call you idiots. Frank says, Troy says I'm going to murder him. Idiots, but I'm not going to call them idiots because I have no idea what that's supposed to be about. But I'm not going to call them stupid or idiots anymore because obviously they're not. People who make those statements, they're not, so I'm not going to call them that. Hey, INFJ, they beat you, INFJ. What happened? Golden Key and Redneck beat you here. No, you can't call them idiots, Golden Key. They don't want to be called stupid or idiots anymore. Apparently, I'm incorrect in that statement, even though they make statement after statement trying to prove that they are. It's just beyond belief. So I'm not going to call them it, even though, I'll think it, because I gave them the benefit of the doubt, thinking, well, maybe they're paid, nobody can be that stupid, but you're blocked. I don't think you'd be blocked anywhere, Golden Key. I thought you were one of the good guys. Thanks, Golden Key. I needed that. Davey goes on the streams and watches the videos and that, and the things he tells me, I just find incredible. 3.5 years ago, I told people I wasn't searching anymore because I had, as far as I was concerned, I had the information that I needed and I was happy with that. And I told Forrest I wasn't searching anymore. And then Troy's makes statements like, we're still searching for a chest. And for 3.5 years, I've been saying, no, you're not searching for a chest. That wasn't the plan. Well, it might have been the plan, but it wasn't what you're supposed to do because the chest is just a lure. And they make statements like, you're still searching for a chest. And to me, that is a stupid, idiotic statement to make. But I'm not going to call them stupid because of it, because they don't want me to call them stupid, even though they keep doing those things. But I won't call them stupid because, who am I to call them stupid if they say those stupid things? I'm not going to call them that. And Frank, I have no idea what you're talking about that Troy says, I'm going to murder you. That's like, what? Unless you were Granny, and you offended me and my wife, then I may have made some statement in regard to that. And when I say my wife, my late wife, I may have said something then. If you're Granny who has no humanity in them, I may have said something then. I don't remember what I said, but if you're Granny, then maybe. But as Frank, no. I'll tell you to your face, Frank, or, well, to whoever you are, whatever name you come under, even though I can't see it. If I was going to kill you, I'd tell you I was going to kill you. And you'd know. And I probably wouldn't even tell you. At the point I was going to kill you, I'll be in front of you. And that's when you'd know. Just crazy the way some people react and talk. I tried to do this in a communicative way about this is not fraud. There's something bigger. And that's something else. We talk about the big picture. They don't see the big picture. We don't see the big picture. That's all we've been talking about, the big picture. We've been trying to get people away from it just being a chest. And we're trying to steal their souls. And it's like, what? I have no idea how you can come up with those not very intelligent statements from not very intelligent people. I don't know how they can come up with the statements they make, because some of them are just barefaced bullshit lies, and some of them have no thought to them at all. You can't say that teachers give you answers. Of course they don't. Their aim is to teach you the information, and you find the answers for yourself at some point. Otherwise, don't bother going to school. They'll do it all for you. Your grandkids' street, don't send them to school. Teachers do all the answers for them. You don't need to send them to school. Keep it at home. Be all right. Teachers will sort it. What sort of statement is that to make? You have the answers. You have the method. You're too lazy or just self-opinionated that you think you don't have to do it. Well, you have to do it. You have the ability now to find the answers using the method. That's it. That's what I try to do for you. You don't want to hear it, fine. But stop saying lies and stop saying that you haven't been taught. You've been taught. And when the time comes, you'll know you were taught. You'll remember everything that was said. And you'll think, well, yeah, I could have just done that, couldn't I? So the proof is in the pudding. Well, yeah, or in the poem. When the time comes and, graduation comes around, you'll have all the information you need to pass the test. But it'll be too late. If you want to pass the test, you should have done it now. I mean, the word peace, I'm looking at the word happiness, me time, leave, indulgence, riches. Well, two of them are in the poem. Leave and riches. Indulgence is the name of the chest. Things like happiness is the pot. There's bed of roses there. And Forrest said, take the chest and go in peace. Not one of you have done that. And bearing in mind the chest is the lure, and you believe you solved it and you found the chest, then shh. You went on your own quest, found your own chest, with your own clues, your own method, your own answers, and up your poop creek, up your poop creek, end is ever drawing nigh, and you can't go in peace. You should go in peace. You found your chest. It's over. For you. It's over for you. Take the chest and go in peace. You think you finished. You think it's over. Take it and go in peace. If that's what you want to do. If that's what you think it's all about, do that. Have a bit of me time. But you can't, because you have no answers. Because you didn't solve the poem, you didn't read the poem, and you never took any notice of Forrest. And you say that what I do is nothing to do with what Forrest said. And you say about touching. What the heck are those words doing? Do they touch? Are they contiguous? Are they chronological and continuous? Of course they are. Are they one foot on the other? Of course they are. Do they shift, drift, and adjust? Of course they do. Are there things in there that you have to adapt? Of course there are. Do you see how it works? How a good teacher talks to people, Forrest Fenn, talking to all of us, and how you don't listen and you don't go in peace. Now, you bring out the worst of me because I'm not going to say, the words that I say because you said, don't call me that word. If someone I know sticks their hand in the fire and I say, don't do that, that's stupid, you're going to burn yourself. Then they do it again and I say, don't do that, it's stupid. And they do it again and I say, don't do that, it's stupid. And they do it again and I say, don't do that, it's stupid. And they still do it. Guess who I'm talking to? And that's why I tell people they're stupid, because they keep sticking their hand in the fire and take no notice about being told not to. But I'm not telling you you're stupid because you told me not to or asked me not to. So I won't call you stupid. But I still think you're doing stupid things. Teachers don't give you answers. No, teachers are supposed to give you answers. Don't let your grandkids go to school. Don't let them go to school. Teachers give all the answers. Just say to the teacher who gives all the answers, say to the teachers for all your grandkids that are going to school, and kids if there are any going to school, say to them, don't bother going to school today. You don't need to, because the teachers give all the answers. So at the end of term, ask them to give you all the answers and you can stay at home. Happy days. A Street. Happy days. Teachers give you the answers. Don't send them to school. And anybody else who agrees with Street, don't send your kids to school because teachers give you the answers. That's not a stupid thing to say at all. Not stupid at all. I wouldn't say anybody was stupid if they said that. And I don't listen to them, by the way. Yes, you can. And I could if I wanted to. Hi, Nikki. It's good to read you. And UK Paul. Hello, mate. Sorry I'm keeping you up. It's good to see you, mate. I do appreciate you. Lots and lots, to be fair. Yes. Oh, and peace means lightning. Thanks for that, Golden Key. Peace means lightning, which is also a name of the horse. A bit like Seabiscuit. But I am in disbelief that the people act the way that they do. That S word. They keep making statements and then don't even think about what they're saying. And it's, imbecilic. I'm not going to call it stupid. So I could just run up a whole load of synonyms for stupid and then say, well, I didn't call you stupid. I called it something else. But I'm not going to call them stupid. But they keep doing stupid things and, that's on them. But to make a statement like that, it's beyond belief. Oh, just about. So you see, it's what the poem does for you, Nikki. That's the way it goes. Try to swim across. It's a long way to Tipperary. Hey, Star, how you doing? Good to see you. He's back. It's all good. And Rob G. Hey, good man. I'm not the solver. See, that's another thing they say. These people that I'm not going to call stupid. About, us claiming to be the solver. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant whether you claim to be the solver or not. Now, for that, for their happiness, yeah, I'm the solver. Does it change anything? No. Does it make me brave and in the wood if I say I'm the solver? Do I have to challenge everybody to claim that I'm the solver? Or was it already done and solved and it doesn't matter? See, this happened in 2020 and I have nothing to prove to anybody and they have nothing to prove to me. All I ask is that they be considerate and they're not. All I ask is that they don't lie, and they do. All I ask is that they don't behave in a certain manner, that word beginning with S, and they do. And I tell them, if you keep behaving in that manner, I will keep pointing out that you are, and they still do it. And then they ask me not to call them that. And I think, well, don't behave like that then, and I won't call you it. But it's a difficult way of working. Have to cross half the US and then take the big leaps. No, I'll do the swimming. You just have to be at the East Coast. Yeah, I'm on the west of you. Yeah, I'm from the east. So I'll swim west. Go west, young man. I'll go west to you, which is your... Is that the Florida? That's the Florida side, isn't it? And the California's on the other side, isn't it? Is it Washington side? Are we Washington side there? Can't remember now. Not the retriever, not the retriever, not the... For me, I try to impart information that I have. And for me, the finder and the solver is Forrest Fenn. If Forrest is going to make something happen, then he has to solve it. Otherwise, he doesn't make it happen. To me, that's simple enough. Can I make it happen? Can I solve this? Can I do this? So therefore, you become the solver. If he makes it happen. And if you're following those footprints, by default, you will also be a solver if you do what Forrest Fenn did. But the person that makes it happen and solves it must be initially Forrest. And you will only therefore be a solver if Forrest solves it. If Forrest doesn't solve it, then you haven't solved anything. Because, I'm talking to David, and it's basically Forrest is making this work from finding to solving. He's doing all of this. Now, as solver that you claim to be, didn't solve anything. I've told you 100 times. I just followed what Forrest Fenn said. So therefore, Forrest Fenn has already solved it, and I'm just following those things that were already solved. Because I'm just listening to what he's saying and doing what he's saying. And without Forrest saying it, then nothing would have been solved. Ever. Ever. This would have been the Rosetta Stone. I am not kidding you. Better than the Rosetta Stone. Way beyond the Rosetta Stone. And it would never, ever, 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 ever be solved if Forrest Fenn just went, not said a word. If he never said a word about his poem, if he never said one word about his poem, it would never, never, never have ended. Never. And I believe that with all my heart. If Forrest had never said a word about his poem, that poem would have been around forever and nobody would know what it was about. I wouldn't know what it was about. I would have no idea what it was about if Forrest hadn't said all the things that he said. If I didn't listen to all of those things and try to do all of those things in the manner that he said they should be done. No way. I would never have any of the answers I had. Ever. Ever. And I would be like everybody else. Screaming and shouting that I solved the poem. That I knew where the chest was. Which is where I was until I went to America. I went, I'm a fucking idiot. Like the rest of these people. Like these people that I'm not going to call them that. I call myself it. Twice. And I said to David B, I've got it on video somewhere and I will post it. When I remember to post it and find it on one of my phones, I will post it. Of me being in America saying, Mario, you learned two things today. Firstly, you're an idiot. And secondly, you're a fucking idiot. I can't remember if I stopped it there or went, further on with the things that I was saying to myself. But I was like, you're not going to find it like this. No one is. You've got these people who are asking me not to call them, stupid and idiots. And they're saying that they found this chest in a place where somebody could walk and find it. Are you crazy? No, I can't say the things. Are you not thinking straight? No one is going to stumble on that chest. But you can find a solve of the Forrest Fenn poem that says it will be somewhere that somebody could just walk up to it. Doesn't matter whether they're looking or not. Doesn't matter whether they're searching or not. They can just walk up to it. Doesn't matter where it is. Whether they're climbing a mountain, whether they're swimming the worst flipping river there is, wherever you found it, somebody could just walk up to it. And you say it's 100% true, that your solve is 100% correct. And I'm not allowed to call you stupid. Okay? Fine. But think about it. No one's going to stumble on it. Everything is stumbled upon. If you're able to go there, you can stumble on it. So it has to be somewhere you're not able to go. And yet you've found it where anyone can go. And again, I say, you took on you. You played with yourself. You never had warm water salt nailed down. So you started with nothing and you finished with nothing. You didn't resolve the issue of the 9 clues. So you started with nothing and finished with nothing. You didn't understand the relevance of the end of my rainbow and the treasure. You didn't understand slipping out the window down the fire escape. Both the same thing. WEE. And you never listened. And yet you claim to have the answers. Answers of something that you started with nothing, but finished with the answers. I'm pretty certain if you start with nothing and the second clue is nothing and the third clue is nothing and the fourth clue is nothing until you get to the 9th clue, and not even the 10th clue, and not even the last clue when you have the chest in your hands or whatever the statement is. And it's like, how can you people seriously believe, and I honestly gave you the benefit of the doubt thinking, no, it's just Forrest, creating the chaos. Like I said, it's difficult to know who to trust. And I've said these things over and over again. And these people who I'm not allowed to call, whatever, don't listen. So it's crazy, 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 crazy. Hi, MJ. How's it going? Who's your chuckle? Who's chuckling? Can't remember what I said for the chuckle. Good to see you, MJ. I just have to wonder what goes through these people's minds. And I try to point... They go on the defensive because I say to them, well, it can't be this and it can't be that and it can't be that. And I say, your solve may be incorrect because of this, that, and the other. And they go on the defensive and they don't even think, well, hang on a minute. What if he's saying he's right? Let me think about it. They don't even do that. Now, I get frustrated because they make statements without even thinking, which are stupid statements, but I won't call them stupid because they've asked me not to call them stupid. They make silly statements and think, well, that's okay. Or they make, flat out lying statements and think that I'm just going to sit back and not say nothing. They're crazy. And then say that I'm looking for a chest. Crazy. And for the last 3.5 years, I've been telling you the chest is just a lure. I don't know how many times I can tell you the same thing. And you still make stupid lying statements. And I'm stealing your stuff. I had your stuff 3.5 years ago. I don't need your stuff. Your stuff had absolutely nothing to do. No, that's a lie. Your solve probably has of what's going on in the chase. I don't need your stuff. Your stuff was your stuff, thought up by you, and I don't need it. My stuff is Forrest stuff, thought up by Forrest. And, that's another thing, thought. It's like, I hear the chest in the Rocky Mountains. If you find it, you can have it. Found it. Yep, definitely there. Found it. Forrest, I found it. I thought about it, and it's there. Okay, now that you found it, then I'll get rid of 2 states. Make it easier for it to find. Found in thought. Got rid of 2 states. Must have been difficult to find it if in 6 states instead of 4 states. Must have been terrible. How could you possibly think of solving it in 6 states? Man, Forrest is a humanitarian. He went out of his way to take out 2 states, 6 states, and he thought, hang on a minute, that's difficult. No one's going to find it in 6 states. If I reduce it to 4 states, I'm sure somebody will go, 4 states. Hang on, let me think. Let me bring. Oh, yeah. I found it. It's a good job we got rid of them 2 states. I can find it now. It's only in 4 states. I can find it. If it was in 6 states, nah. But in 4 states, it's easy. Crazy people. Obtuse is a good. Thanks, yeah. I've seen quite a few. And some, to be fair, INFJ, some they wouldn't even know I was calling them stupid. Some they would think I was complimenting them. But if I can't call them stupid, I'm not going to call them something good. So if you do go on the Hippo word app, you'll see that some of them aren't too bad, to be fair. Fly across the pond, hunt me. Yeah, don't listen to what Troy said. If you, like Forrest says, if you want to know anything, hear it from the horse's mouth. No, I've no issue with you, Frank. But Granny, whoever that is, when they said what they said and insulted me and my late wife, yeah, I had an issue with that person who has no humanitarian soul in them at all to say what they said. But you, shy guy, no, you're all right, Frank. No issue with you. But the fact that, my wife passed and they were being the sort of person that they were being made me get a bit angry. But you can watch it on the video. If I said something about you, Frank, could have been in the heat moment, but I don't remember saying anything about you. And, like I just said earlier, if I was going to kill you, if I really was going to kill you, I'd have already been in America. I would have been there. I don't know what I don't mean. What's going on, Mario? What do you mean, what's going on? I don't know what you mean, what's going on. No, I'm not going to kill. I don't think I said I was going to kill Frank. I'm quite happy with Frank. I just think some of the things that he's saying, like, if Forrest was a really bad person, he wouldn't hide a treasure chest and put himself out there to be shot down. That is just stupid. So no, he would, if he was DB Cooper, no. His family would lose everything. It's like Forrest said, he aspired to do the things he was attributed to. He's just telling you these things that you find out that he's laid breadcrumbs for. Yeah, he'd like to have done those things, but he didn't do those things. And you're not supposed to be, what's that word? Obtuse. You're not supposed to be obtuse enough to believe it. You're supposed to listen. You just go to the home of Brown. I don't know how. I just don't. I try to believe that these people are being paid to act obtuse, but I just don't get it. It's like 3 different statements that say have the home of Brown. 3 different statements, and they can't hear it. And I've said it I don't know how many times. You can't hear if you have the home of Brown. Why are you worried about Warm Waters Holt? Which makes the home of Brown the best thing you could have. It's better than Warm Waters Holt. Even though Warm Waters Holt was the first clue, home of Brown is better. If I told you the home of Brown, you go right straight to it. Home of Brown is better because you go right straight to it. If you know the home of Brown, why are you worried about the Blaze? The home of Brown is better. So now you put all them together. If the home of Brown is better than Warm Waters Holt, then the home of Brown could potentially be the first clue. As he moved his rules up, like he said, he tried to inform you that if a rule is good, I'll move it to the top of the list. And a clue is a rule, but you didn't look up the word, so you don't know. And you don't care, and you don't want to believe it. It don't matter whether you want to believe it or not. It's fact. That's truth. You don't have to believe it, but that's truth. And it makes sense with what he's saying. Them 3 statements. It makes sense with everything that he's saying and everything that I'm doing. And then, for the obtuse people, what are the other words? I don't want to keep saying obtuse. Slow of mind. For these slow of mind people, he helped you out even more. Instead of just saying, go to the home of Brown, obtuse people, Instead of just saying, go to the home of Brown, you obtuse people, he said, solve the first 2 clues. You're 50% there, metaphorically speaking. Forrest, this is. Forrest said, solve the first 2 clues, academic. And this is just paraphrasing. I'm just trying to dumb it down so you can understand it. Not for everybody, just for these obtuse people. 50% there, it's academic. The little girl from India couldn't get closer, couldn't get past the first 2 clues. You obtuse people think he means couldn't get past it. He said, couldn't get closer. So you're already there. You can't get any closer than being where you should be. First clue. Can't get closer than the second clue. Could be the first clue, she's already there. Depending on what the first clue is. Depending on if you listen to what Forrest said. Solve the first 2 clues, walk right by the chest. Why are you looking for clue 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9? And I know your solves go all the way through those clues. So you can't be correct. It's an impossibility. If you've gone past the 2 clues that walk right by the chest, unless you do a loop, and Forrest alluded to that lady being, a bit too smart in that interview. Do you find yourself doing a loop, Forrest? She's dangerous, she is. So the information is there for you to understand 2 clues, and you don't. And I don't know why. And I thought it was because you're getting paid. But I don't understand it. Thanks for that, Frank. No, I was angry. My wife's passed away, and there were idiots saying not very nice things. So issues, bless you. Yeah, I had 9 clue issues. Who does Mario want to take care of? Who does Mario want to take care of? Granite was saying something a bit bad the other day. My wife has just passed, and just there's no need for it. At 29 years, if back issues have lost it. I'm very grateful for you people because laughing now is helping me a bit. Yeah. The funeral was on the 29th of this month, the day after my granddaughter's birthday, to be fair, which is not good. So I lost my sister-in-law on my birthday, and my late wife is getting married the day after my granddaughter's. Hey, Davey, how's it going? Morning? I don't think so. Not morning yet, not for me. I'm still on the day before, and you're on the day after. Yeah, but see, Frank, I would have told you, 3.5 years ago, but you just have to trust Forrest. You were supposed to go, see, you people just want the easy answer. The Forrest said you have to earn it, and I tried to give you a chance to earn it, if I'm correct. I've tried to give you a chance to earn it, and nobody wants to take that chance. Nobody wants to use the metal and resolve needed to try to understand the poem. And then they bitch and moan that, the things that I say are delusional and blah, blah, me and Davey. And so why are you asking us for answers then? Again, obtuse. You don't believe a single word we're saying, and yet you want us to give you answers. That's like asking, going into a lunatic asylum and asking some of them for the answers. And I'm not being nasty to them people, but I'm just saying, what are you doing? Do you know how that sounds? You're not allowed, not allowed. You're asked not to reveal. So we're not revealing, but you've had every opportunity. And saying that I don't give answers is just barefaced lie. I've given hundreds of answers. I've told you how to play chess. I've told you how to get a map. I've told you how to play chase. I've told you how to read 1 line at a time, 2 lines at a time, 3 lines at a time, 4 lines at a time. I've told you no end of things. Give you the answers. Give you try the heel, which is better than try the wheel by a million miles. I can tell you that now. And then they say, I'm not reading it properly, and yet he's reading try the wheel. So the way I'm doing it is not right, but the way he's doing it is. I don't know. I have no No, thank you, MJ. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's not. When you find out what it is, you're going to shoot yourself. When you find out where it was, you're going to shoot yourself because you, I don't know, just didn't listen. It's just, well, yeah, there are some cruel people in the chase, Paul. And it shocks me at who they are. But they've only become cruel when they think they're going to lose out on something. So while they thought they were going to get something, oh, nicey, maybe a share of something, nice. But now they think they're going to lose out. The real them have turned up. I've been me. I've not hidden behind any name. I've not tried to make any false statements. I've tried to give everything that I did to get an answer to other people. And if they chose to follow that, which is, I'm only trying to follow what Forrest said, if they chose to do that, then maybe they would have some answers as well, and the promise of new discoveries. But they're just so adamant that waiting for answers in a shit show that they created makes them the solver. And obtuse. It's just obtuse. You can't have more than one solver. You can't. It's impossible. In a poem where you get title to the gold, there's only one solve. Where you get title to the gold, there's only one solve. And to have more than one of you's got to be wrong. If there's 50 of you, then 49 of you have got to be wrong. But the fact that you all started with that warm water's hot nail down means you're all incorrect. I can't say you're wrong because in the poem it says you're right. Your creek that you're up without a paddle, there'll be no creek up your paddle. Your creek. There'll be no paddle up your creek because you did the wrong solve. Look quickly down. Your quest to cease, not the thrill of the chase. Your quest, the one you made up, which is why you're up your creek. There'll be no paddle up yours. Or yours, or yours, or yours, or yours. There'll be no paddle up your creek. The end is ever drawing nigh where you are because there's no paddle up your creek. Just heavy loads, lots of souls, and lots of tears. To see how it works, you have to look up the words in that poem. Forrest Fenn said, I looked up all the words in that poem. And you didn't look them up. I did. All of them. Every single one of them. And I even looked up every single letter because they're all words. Every single letter I looked up. Forrest said, words don't mean you think they do. Well, the letter's a word. Did you? No. Did I give you all that information freely? Yes. Did you take any notice? No. And that makes you obtuse. Because Forrest told you, I looked up all the words in that poem, especially the nouns. I felt like an architect when I built that poem. People think they're just words, but I crafted that poem. And you took no notice of any of that and decided your way is the only way and you have the correct solve. And that makes you, tell them INFJ or Golden Key or anybody. Tell them what that makes them. And I don't mean those honest people. Those people who had a sincere try, that believes it's difficult and don't understand it, how Forrest made all these statements that contradict themselves and everything. The reason they contradict themselves is because synonyms don't mean what you think they do. Those words, they can be up and down at the same time. They can be winter and summer at the same time. They can be everything, forward and backward. But you have to understand them first to understand which one is it in the poem. Which word, even that, precisely, right straight to it, word for word, to the letter, by the book, by the numbers. Those are the words that you read when you look up all the synonyms. And that's how you solve the poem. You say, oh, how do you get to do those things that you do? Well, listen to Forrest. That's how I get to do the things that I do. I listen to Forrest. And I use the words, not the words that you people give me, no offense. I use the words that Forrest gave me. Follow, a word. The, a word. 9, a word. Clues, a word. Precisely, a word. I followed all those words. And guess what? I looked them all up to know that Forrest meant follow the 9 clues precisely, to see what they meant. I looked up the word cipher and decipher to understand when Forrest says, decipher the clues in my poem. I already know what clues mean because I looked it up. I already know what the means, decipher, the, because I looked it up. So I need to look up decipher in my poem. I just have to look up those words. Find out what a poem is. Oh, you'd be surprised what a poem is. You see how it works? And I gave you the important words from the very start, 3.5 years ago. Hello, everybody. My name's Mary Marciano, blah, blah, blah. Not happy with what people are saying about Forrest Fenn. All these bad things. Not that Forrest Fenn needs defending. But here's some information. I did all that. All that metal resolve, I did. Did I want to give up? Of course I did. It was an impossible task, it seemed, to try and work out what those words meant. I didn't give up. I listened and I tried to follow everything that Forrest Fenn said. And then, even though told to shut up, Forrest Fenn said, the kind of person who finds it can't keep it quiet. He didn't say, we'll tell you about the treasure. He didn't say, we'll tell you about the trash. He just said, can't keep it quiet. Well, I haven't been quiet, but I haven't given you the answer that you want. But I can't just sit by and watch people banging their heads against a brick wall without saying, look, it's not as bad as you think, and Forrest is not a fraud, and I'm trying to stick up for the poem, and you people are ignoring it. Well, I can't help that. And I called you those names that you don't want me to call you because you act irresponsibly and in that way. Now, you don't have to believe anything that I've said. I've said that all along. But you do have to believe that Forrest made this happen. You have to believe that he made this or making it happen. And he is the finder and the solver. If that happens. He is the finder and the solver. And the person who did this, who managed to follow what Forrest Fenn was saying, is just the person that managed to follow what Forrest Fenn was saying. He didn't say solve my poem. He said, if you want to go home with a chest full of blah, 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 almost too heavy for one person to carry, follow the 9 clues in my poem. He never said solve it. He said decipher the 9 clues. He didn't say solve it. And even if he did, you only solve it because Forrest told you what the answers were. That's the teacher. That's the teacher. Did he tell us exactly where it was? No. Did he teach us? Yes. Did he give us answers? Yes. Do you understand them? No. Because you don't listen. You don't listen to what he was saying. And obtuse people. If somebody says to you, so hear me all and listen good, I think it's a good idea to listen. If he says he looked up all the words, I think it's a good idea to look up all the words. If he says, if you don't have, begin it where warm water's hold nailed down, just paraphrasing, you have nothing. How the heck did you start your solve? And then he doubles down. He doubles down. You haven't got anything because he says, when Capro asks, Forrest, what's the one thing that all searchers are missing. 2019, November. All you people that had to solve before then, no. What's the one thing that all searchers are missing? It's important to the story, but I'm leaving that for the finder. You don't even have a story. So not only did you not have Warm Water's Hot Nail Down, you don't have the story. Both important, and both you can't start your journey without having. And to me, that's simple. Simple instruction. Have Warm Water's Hot Nail Down. If you don't, you've got nothing, so don't start. And if you haven't got the story, if you don't know what it is you're looking for, you can't start. And yet you started and finished and say that you're the solver. And it's like, that's crazy. And, a word beginning with S. But you don't want me to call you that. And yet, and there are other things, that dictate when it wasn't solved. Or how it was solved. Canopy of Stars. It's just his name. It's his name with different words and under changed to reporting to. Reporting to Major Forrest Fenn. That's all that statement is. Look them up. I look up every word. I look up all the information. And do you know what that means? When Forrest says it's to aid the finder, not the seeker. Because you don't know what he's saying. All of you who have a solve, who say that you solved this, you don't know what he's saying. And I've told you what he said, and I've proved to you with the words that I've used what is possible with what Forrest Fenn has done, and you ignore it. Call me delusional. Okay? I'm delusional. And I'm not bothered. But I am seriously trying to help you. Seriously trying to help you. And seriously not shutting up because I'm trying to help you. But in my helping you, first and foremost, I'm trying not to screw it up for Forrest Fenn. I'm no saint, but I'm myself pushing around. Just call it like I say. Nobody's what I see when it comes to Forrest. No, I'm saying, anybody can do what they want, but I'm just saying, simple logic says, if this guy was bad, he wouldn't put a chest out in the Rocky Mountains for people to find, so they could find out who he was, so they could take all his wealth away from him and his family. That ain't going to happen. Forrest is not that stupid. No way is he that stupid. So whilst all those breadcrumbs lead to the people that he was aspiring to be, I don't think that's right. We all have to find our own place. Exactly. I thought about the tempting to go on with you last night. I thought about the tempting. With who last night? I don't know, but hi, Jason. How you doing, young man? Forrest is a wise man. That poem is... It's more than creative. I've just said to Davey today, or yesterday, or whatever. I still don't know. I cannot work out how he managed to get that much information in that poem. And if it's all just fluky, coincidental, blah, 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 no. I just can't see that. There is no way. But, I don't know. Seriously, I wanted to give this poem to Fendi. I just thought, man, everything that I found in here is just way beyond me. And I haven't found, if you speak to Tim, he probably found a bit more how he does it than I've found. If you speak to Queen, she probably found a bit more than I found. Because I didn't want to read the poem anymore. I was happy with the information that I had. And, I was scared I might read something about me or my family that Forrest knows about, and I don't know. It's just scary. I don't know how he did it. Architect is right. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how. I mean, it's like, what you're doing is delusional, and it's like, well, they're brick by brick. He felt like an architect, and that's brick by brick. And if he built it brick by brick or foot by foot, then I'm trying to dissect it or dismantle it brick by brick. How's that delusional? How is touching all the words going against him teaching people to touch? How is that going against what he said? I think that's absolutely what he said. Please touch. If you break it, I'm responsible. What does that mean? You just broke his cipher and he's responsible for it. He's responsible for it because he told you to touch. It's like, it doesn't get any simpler. It doesn't get any simpler. It really doesn't get any simpler. Please touch. And if you break it, I'm responsible. And the only reason you're going to solve it is if you listen to what he says. He built it and he's telling you how to go about unraveling everything that he built, everything that he crafted. He's telling you. And he says, if you break it, he's responsible. And you say, I'm delusional. I'm sorry. I think it's the other way around. I think I listened, you didn't, and you can't see it because you're of slow mind. Hey, Chasing, or Indy, or Otak, or it's good to read you. Long time no hear or see, but it's good to have you here. Tell you this much, someone in the community doesn't want me saying anything. They continue to. No, that's bad news, Frank. At the end of the day, this is on you, and you choose the breadcrumbs that you want to do. And whilst I knock it, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I find it hard to believe that Forrest, if he was a bad person, would risk his fortune and his family's fortune and everything that's been built up by telling everybody it. If you did it, fine. If you're a bad person, you did it, and your family got wealth off it, fine. But then why put yourself on display and say, look, I'm DB Cooper, or I'm this person, or I'm this, double agent, or I'm this, and then any money that was gained is all gone because I can't see it. You may be correct, and that's what I say to everybody. You're right. I can't say you're wrong, but I'm saying the actual logic of it don't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Fendi, I haven't seen Fendi. Hey, titties, man, where are you? I didn't know he was here. Sorry, mate, I missed you. Did you sneak in? I can't see you. I didn't know you came in. Don't know where you are. But it's good to have you anyway. I've done it chasing. People say, they ask me to do stuff. I've already done it. I see the stuff in the poem and I already do it. I've said stuff before people even thought about doing it. But at the end of the day, there is only one. No, there's more than one. So what the chase is about, there's a title to, that's where you need to finish. That's why you did this for. You didn't do it for a chest. People saying that I'm looking for a chest. Can't say I said I won't call them that. Obtuse. I looked for a chest, went to America, told myself I was effing stupid, came back home and tried to solve the poem instead of look for a chest. And that's all I did, try to solve the poem. And knowing that when I solve the poem, I will understand what give you title to the gold means. Because it's not a chest. You don't need title if you're looking for a chest. And if there's a chest out in the Rocky Mountains where someone's going to walk, it's going to be stumbled upon. So whatever that chest was, it was somewhere nobody was going to go. It's that simple. So I read the poem and then found out all the information from the Holy Grail, 7 Cities of Gold, everything that you're supposed to believe was possible. That every soul that everybody has in that poem, not in the way they found it, just in the poem, on the wrong side of the poem, over the fence, that was a way out, and above was the way to know. Don't go this way. Just go to the home of Brown. It's no place for the meek. Nobody should have gone past there. Forrest said, don't go where a 79 or 80-year-old man wouldn't go. He didn't go past that point. So if he doesn't go past that point, why are you all going past that point? You don't need those clues. First 2 clues. That's it. It's over. It's done. It's finished. It's finished. First 2 clues. And Forrest told you at least 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. First 2 clues, it's over. But you won't listen. You want to do 9 clues? We'll do 9 clues. But there's no, yes, there is, to get the whole title and everything else. To understand all the words that are in the poem. To understand why nothing is as it seems. To understand why words don't mean what they do. You have to do the whole poem. But to find a chest? No, you don't. And the chest is just a lure to get to the point. So why is it that I must go for Forrest to make it happen? The chest was just that point. Whoever found the chest, Forrest went to make it happen. That's why he had to go. Or make. Why is it that I must go? Why is it that I must make and leave my trove for all to seek? Who's been harassed? Did someone contact you? Oh dear. Well, again, this is stupid. I don't know. This was supposed to be a fun thing. I played cards with Forrest in the poem. I played chess with Forrest in the poem. I played chase with Forrest in the poem. I played all sorts of games, crosswords, word search. I played all sorts of games with Forrest in the poem and had fun doing it. And yet, I come online and I hear about all the stuff that's going on. I don't get it. Absolutely don't get it. I really don't. My journey was, 24 lines of a poem. And I had more fun traveling around doing that than, being involved on, I don't know. I don't get it. And this is not what Forrest wanted. I know that. So now I have a file with HR. Look. What? So I appreciate you people, make me laugh. I've been threatened to arrest and more. Yeah, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. I wrote to Forrest saying, who's who in the zoo. This, the names in this poem, the information that's being given out, things that are happening. It's like, yeah, I've told you before. He even said it in a statement. People don't tell me. I don't know. Just no. I've never made it a competition. I've told people I'm not saying that I'm the solver. It doesn't matter. Forrest is the finder. Forrest is the solver. How this works is Forrest makes it happen. If Forrest makes it happen, then he solved it. Whoever got the answer is a solver by default. They just followed what Forrest said. So there is no solving of the poem. There's only listening to the good advice in how to do it. And if Forrest never said a word, this is better than Rosetta Stone, nobody would solve it, ever. Ever. If Forrest had never said a single word, nobody was solving this poem. I wouldn't be able to solve it. That's if, I'm the correct person. I wouldn't be able to solve it without listening to what Forrest said. No chance. No chance at all. Killing me, Smalls. Hey, Luck. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm getting there. So, 29th, Yvonne is cremated. Hackers. Oh. Well, I've actually got a decent laptop now. I mean, it's not as big as the others, and it's not what's the name, but I can either have a fake background on Zoom if I want, where I couldn't before. No, but see, it's not. Whilst I want people to be happy in the chase, my first thought is to not screw it up for Forrest. But in order that they see for themselves, then they will stop talking about the fraud and everything that, it shouldn't hurt me, but it hurts me when people say that this is fake, that Forrest is a fraud and that, these things have happened. And it's hard to know whether they're real or whether it's part of, the chaos that's supposed to happen. But it hurts to think that they say that because, if we are correct, this is an amazing. There aren't any words to describe what's been done and what could potentially, happen for people. And to hear that, small-minded people just, I don't know, it's not right. You tell him, Indy. Here, see me is not a cipher. Sando old equals Oh, looks like some gold in there. Auction. Yeah, but oh, everything that you discuss in the chats, it's all negative. It's it's crazy how it's easy to find all the negative stuff and none of the positive stuff. It's crazy. No, that's the issue. I found all of that ages ago. Prometheus and that. I think we've already discussed it. I went back to Ovid and the poem, which is, a book in them days. A poem was a book. But the simple truth is, there's a simple answer to the chest. There's a really difficult answer to the title. And Forrest said, don't say anything. So it doesn't matter. All the information that comes out doesn't really matter, because until something ends the chase, no one's going to know. I'm not going to tell anyone. And it doesn't matter whether I'm the solver or not. And I don't feel that I have to say that I'm the solver. It doesn't matter. This finished in 2020, in the sense the chest was found in 2020, or whatever was found, whenever it was found. And now Forrest makes it happen. And that's what you should be getting behind. If you're I don't get why people are shouting that they're the solver. If you are the solver, when this officially ends, you'll be notified. Well, you'll probably know anyway, but you'll be credited whatever it is. Well, title, whatever the title is, you'll get title. And you don't need title if you found a chest. There's nothing in my mind. I know I can't call these people stupid and stuff like that, because I said I wouldn't. There is nothing in my mind that says that you can't understand that. There is nothing that says you can't understand that. You do not need title. If you took the chest and went in peace, you do not need title, no matter how you read that poem and try to convince yourself that that's the case. Because that last bit, if you are, people say that I don't understand English, and I'm English, but I do know, if you are present, if you've been past, so you've been wise and found the blaze, and your quest to cease, it's finished. And then he's telling you, if you're brave and in the wood, I'll give you title. It's something different. It's something different. And these people that keep shouting and screaming that they're the solver who found a chest, great. Shut up now. Shut up. You were told to go in peace. Your crazy, obtuse, slow of mind quest has finished. You found nothing. You believe you found a chest. So Forrest says, when you find that chest that is nothing, go in peace. Be quiet. Because he's telling you, if you don't have begin it where warm waters halt nailed down, you have nothing. And if you start with nothing, the chest that you found, guess what it's worth? Nothing. Because you started with nothing. You never had warm waters halt nailed down. You never followed the 9 clues precisely. And you think that you found the right chest? No. No, you went on your own quest, up your own creek, without a paddle, waiting for answers because the end is ever drawing nigh, heavy loads, millions of souls, and water high, lots of tears. He's not talking about a place to go. He's talking about the situation of the chase. Whilst in that there is a place to be, there's nowhere to go there. You don't have to go to that place. You are at that place, at the home of Brown. That's where it is. That place that is being spoke about, where you are in the shit show that you created. Your chest, take it and go in peace. But it's not what you're supposed to have, because you need title to the gold. And having that chest that you found doesn't give you title. I can't make it any simpler. Now, somebody may have found the correct chest to get the correct title. Maybe that's a possibility. So I won't say anybody is wrong, but I'm saying, if you didn't listen to Forrest, he told you to follow in his footprints. He wrote foot, heel, heel, boot, foot, 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 foot across the poem. You're supposed to follow in those. And those feet don't go past. It's no place for the meek. You weren't supposed to go past that point. I don't know how much simpler I can make it, saying it 100 times and nobody understands it. See, it wasn't until I was just making a hunt. And it was absolutely random that you made a message out of it. Hello, Mary, sir. I do hope. Oh, hi, Tony. Good to read you. I am smiling, and you people are making me smile, even though my heart is hurting because of my late wife. But thank you. I appreciate your comment. The chase doesn't end. It's all about the school. Lordy, 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 Miss Claudie. I agree. The learning curve never ends. No. Hang on. Let's get this right. So the thrill of the chase that we had, that we were supposed to get Tata to the gold, in my opinion, that does conclude. There is a conclusion to that. But the thrill of the chase that Forrest Fenn gave us, promise of new discoveries, no, it doesn't end. And if you don't want to learn how to be part of those new discoveries, that's entirely up to you. What's rather rude? I don't know what you're saying now. Is rather rude. What do I do? I can smile if you can. It seems to be something out of my control. I like that way. So, whatever Waters was asking the same thing. Yes, why not try? Yeah, I'm trying to smile. You people are making me smile. I know that. Some of you aren't. Some of you are killing me. But I haven't tried to be a friend. I've tried to not screw over what Forrest was doing. I've tried to inform people that this is not fake. And if I make friends along the way, I'm happy to make friends with everybody. And if people want to be my enemy, I'm happy to be an enemy. But I'm not trying to be an enemy to nobody. And I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm just saying, you're not listening and you're not thinking. And it's all about the greed. If people were honest about themselves, Forrest said, go to the home of Brown. And all their souls won't change that. In his statements, mostly about the first two clues, pretty much says don't go further than that. And then he, doubles down on that or triples down or quadruples down. It says, if you know the home of Brown, why are you worried about warm water salt? No, if you know the home of Brown, why are you worried about the blaze? So you don't need the blaze. And the blaze, so if you have the home of Brown, why are you worried about warm water salt? So you don't need warm water salt, which is the clue that you need to have nailed down, which is your first clue. So the home of Brown supersedes those. Now, if the chest is at the home of Brown, then so's the blaze. So then the blaze moves up as well as the home of Brown moves up. So now you have 3 clues roughly in the same area that you need to find to solve this poem. It's that simple. Forrest told you about the rules, and he said, if I get a better rule, I'll move it up. Well, a rule is a clue. If you look up all the words, which he did, and riches is peace and leave and other words. But if you look up the words, you'll know what Forrest is saying, really. He could only hide it in the words that he used. If you only need the poem, if he hadn't said those words, you could be stuck forever. But he said that. You only need the poem. So therefore, he could only hide it in those words. However you look at those words. Now, whatever you did to solve your poem, if it meant doing more than just looking at those words in the poem, then it has to be incorrect. It has to be. Because he only hid it in them words. You only need the poem. So you have to read that poem to understand what was done. Now, if words don't mean what you think they do, and he looked them all up, then maybe you should look them all up, which is what I did. And if nothing is as it seems, then maybe you should understand why nothing is as it seems. And everything that he said, I felt like an architect. I built that poem. Well, I tried to do it brick by brick, foot by foot. He said, please touch. All my letters touch. He said she was waiting for the postman. What does the postman bring? All of those things add up to what I do. Decipher my poem, word search, crossword, foot, square. All of those things that I do are what I do. And they don't come from me. They come from the words of Forrest Fenn after looking up all those words. Now, I've asked you for 3.5 years to do the same thing, and I've explained to you the results that I got, giving you answers, street. But the test is for you. Those answers, you find for yourself. I'm not going to tell you those answers. Now, you've got the ability, with everything that I've said, to find the answers, if I am correct. And it doesn't matter whether I'm correct or not. My aim is to make sure that Forrest can make it happen by not screwing over for him. But I'm not going to sit by with what I consider to be answers and leave people banging their head against the wall, because that's not the sort of person I am. Now, the fact that I'm taking flack from it is not appreciative, especially at this moment in time. But I've called people stupid because they act stupid and they say stupid things and they have no humanity in them. I don't say it because I want to be the person who sold the Forrest Fenn poem. I am not arguing that my solve is better than yours, like you people are. I'm not doing those things. That's not me. I don't hide behind the name. I'm me. Here I am. You see me. You have my name. I'm not hiding. I have nothing. I'm not trying to prove anything other than this is not fake. It's not fake. And if you are the finder, you will understand everything that Forrest Fenn said, because he told you that. It is to aid the finder, not the seeker. If you don't understand what he's saying, how are you the solver? Doesn't make sense to me. And that's why I call you the names that I do, because you're not listening. Anything I say is not to be construed as rude, not with intent. No. Hey, Zozo, how you doing, man? Oh, woman, it's hard to know anymore. I don't. Just names in the blooming chat. Killing Me Softly with his song. Yes, Killing Me Softly. Title to a book unwritten or even a story untold is nothing more than feelings. Nothing more than feelings. Wanting to share, I don't ask that of you. However, feelings can at times be an ending. I like that. Feelings at times can be an ending. I don't know how Forrest did this. I keep saying it. I have no idea how one man, I start thinking that he's not a man at times, because I find the information, and Davey will tell you, I tell him it's impossible. He cannot have done all of this. He can't have put all this information in these 24 lines. He can't have done it. 20,000 words, however many words that there are when you work out what's in the poem. He wrote that book almost. It seems like he wrote The Thrill of the Chase in that poem. The information in The Thrill of the Chase you can find in that poem. You can read that poem, you can read The Thrill of the Chase, and you can find excerpts from the book in the poem. And it's crazy. And you can find where the end is, the words at the bottom. If you're brave and in the wood, I'll give you title to the gold. So hear me all and listen good. Those words are where the end is, if you read it. And it's like, he sort of wrote the poem inside the poem, which is probably the second poem that everyone's talking about. But he wrote the poem inside the poem. He wrote those same words inside the poem. And it's like, what? I don't get it, because each page there's a different story, or different information, and you read it over, as he said, read it over and over, read it over and over, until something catches up in your brain, and you keep doing that, and there's still more information. And so how can you put those, even if you come up with looking all those words, say you want to hide information, one bit of information, say you're talking about DB Cooper, all the information about DB Cooper, and there it is in the poem, the flight numbers, where it was going, what it was, who it's supposed to be, etc., etc. in the poem. But then you turn the page and it talks about the pirate Teach, Blackbeard. And then you turn the page and it talks about Billy the Kid and Sam Garrett. And you turn the page and it talks about somebody else. And it's like, what the heck? Queen Anne's Revenge, turn the page. Another one, turn the page, another one. And then, when that's exhausted, the history, you turn the page and you do a whole load of thoughts and people. And you turn a few more pages and you see who's in the chase and you turn a few more pages. It just keeps going on and on. Absolutely just keeps going on and on. And then if you read it differently, you find different information. As Tim will tell you, Queen will tell you, Colitis will tell you. Just, it's impossible. But he's done it. Whoever did it, did it. Sorry. Thanks, Tony. Sorry, I missed that. Just saw that now. Thanks for popping in. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I missed that. I hope you're still here. I didn't mean to miss that. Ashley. Wow. Hello. What have you done with Ben? I'll wait back. It's good to see you. I hope everybody's fine. Hope Ben's calmed down. Him and Alan giving him loads the other day. It's good to see you here anyway. Or read you anyway. Killing me softly with his la 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 la. Who's being mean to Mario? Not today. Today's a good day, but Granny got me upset the other day. Just Street obviously doesn't like me calling him stupid, but then he says teachers give answers, and I think, well, just keep your grandkids at home. Don't send them to school, and the teacher will do all the work. And then when it comes time to leave, the passes will be graded, and the teachers will do all the answers for them, and you're okay. So for the next, I don't know, 12 years, you've got your kids at home, or your grandkids at home anyway, because teachers are going to give all the answers anyway. But that's not stupid. Yeah, they're just saying crazy things, I'm not trying to be anybody's enemy, and I like to make friends, but I haven't done this to make friends. I haven't done it to get subscribers. I've done it to, and I can't help Forrest in what he's doing, but I did want to try and prove that the poem, the story, the treasure, everything about this is real. And Forrest Fenn said the type of person who finds it can't keep it quiet. He didn't say the type of person will tell you what the answers are. He said they can't keep quiet. I'm not quiet. Forrest was saying shut up, but I don't want to screw it. I don't want to screw it over for Forrest. That's not my intention. I'm not trying to make it, harder for him. But I am trying to be me, and I am trying to prove that this is a good thing. Forrest did something amazing, and there's no fraud in it. Because you're not listening, you don't get it. But before 2020, he told us it was going to go. He said, "Think nice thoughts." Nobody says that. He was loved by everybody in the chase. Well, 99% of people in the chase love Forrest Fenn before the treasure was found. And he said, he put out a message saying, think nice thoughts about me. It's like, why are you doing that, Forrest? Because he knew that this was going to take the turn that it was going to take. And in order to make it happen, it had to. That's me taking flack. He knew he was going to get shit off people. But when it came out, no, it's too much. He didn't deserve that. And nobody should have even thought that. They should have, if they read the poem, they would have seen it. 2 day for us playing video games, gonna grill some. Oh, don't make me hungry. Yeah, I'm glad to have you. You have a good heart, a good mind. Yeah, it's okay. Just have to move on. I just, I don't see the need for people to be the way they are. It just drives me. And I carry on now because I know that she would be miffed with me if I didn't. She knows what it means to me. Well, Doesn't mean as much now. Call of Duty. Yeah, I like Smile. Yeah, it's one I didn't really get into. I like playing games myself, to be fair, but I was more into the zombie, Resident Evil, and Gears of War, Middle Earth, War of Mordor, those sort of things. To do something amazing. Yeah, I think amazing is not as good a word as it should be, but I don't know. I I can only hope to be half the man that he was, whatever you believe. I believe is, people believe was. Uh, it's an amazing person. I just wish he got, Forrest said if you want to say something nice about him, say it while he's alive. So, it seems that people only want to say something nasty about him when they think he's passed. It's crazy. Modern Warfare 3, I played the first one, started to play the second one, and I'm gone. You play two, good on you. Are you good? Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. Don't make me cry, though. Setting up the old Xbox. Now, hang on a minute. If it's an old Xbox, that ain't going to work. That's me a new Xbox. Or is that just a term for the Xbox? Uh, on YouTube, yeah, I played Halo, to be fair. It's a good game. I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, and I've been watching those, like the cut clip things. I don't know if there's actually a program that you're referring to, but I've been watching like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Halo. You love Fortnite. Woohoo! Yeah, I think I enjoy the sneaking around more than full out um, the full out combat. Just shooting. But then when you're playing Gears of War, I just love the full out shooting. Just kill as many as you can. But Halo's good. Resident Evil's my favourite. I love Resident Evil. It got a bit weird, some of them did. They're just trying to find content to make, but all the games that I played, well, I like War of Mordor now. That's probably good, but I think my best is Resident Evil. Hey, yeah, it's all good stuff. Cheers, UK. Thanks, Paul. Like I say, I really appreciate you and Brit Chaser. You got me into this, helped me, set up the YouTube and actually face people live instead of just writing comments. So, you're a good friend to me, and I appreciate it. Is that modem or modem? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just get out there and do it. Cheers, Jason. You're a good man. Appreciate you. It's a new live action series. Oh, cool. I haven't heard about that. It might be there. I don't know if we've got it here. Is it Netflix stuff or one of those? Or is it on one of your ABCs or whatever channels they are? I don't think I've heard about it here. Mind you, it depends how long it's been going, I suppose. But if people just take a little bit of time and listen to what Forrest said, if you spend an afternoon just looking at the quotes, you'll find out if your solve is correct or not. Because Forrest never lied. His statements, whilst confusing, told you what the answer has to be. You can't stumble on that chest, which means it's not going to be somewhere that people walk. It can't be. It has to be somewhere that is, his term, isolated. But that doesn't mean it's out in the middle of nowhere, because you can walk into an art gallery and a picture will be isolated. 6 foot, you could be away from it, but it'd be isolated from you. So it's somewhere where you won't go, not somewhere that is out in the middle of nowhere. So you won't go to this place. Whilst you can see it, whilst you know that it's there, you won't go to it. You won't go to it. And therefore you'll never find the chest. So it's isolated to the point that you won't find it because you won't go there. Now, if you have a solve that's at a campground or, in a forest or somewhere, then somebody could just walk there and get it. Remember to get out of the game. Sunshine. Hey, Q. Wow. Hi, how are you? Yeah, there's a bit of a misnomer. Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah. Oh, I must have missed yours because it's good to see you. Read you. I don't know how I missed that. See you, Jason. Good man. Take care. Oh, see, there's always. I don't know how you get through life, Hush. Hey, Richard. It's good to see you or read you. Clinks of RR, rest and recuperation. Is it rest and relaxation? Was it the 3 R's? Yeah, these are the people that sort of, I don't know. It's hard to believe there's any humanity in them when, my heart's been broken and all they can do is, make crazy comments about, stuff they don't know. Just stupid. If that's what I want to do and they want to be negative, then, I can't stop them. I'm not going to make them change the way they are. Forrest created all the rabbit holes. Each story has an incredible story. Yeah, the whole point is they are rabbit holes, and they're not meant to be horrible or nasty. They're just meant to take you on a little journey, and then you come out of that journey thinking, "Oh, that was a rabbit hole, job done." You're not supposed to. What's the word? Obsess. There's only one person that's supposed to be obsessed with the chase, and that would have been Forrest. I know, but you're making a point that the majority of people here don't believe is true, and Forrest has done nothing. Actually, strike that. So this is what I mean about if I speak to Forrest, not if I speak to Forrest, but if I was listening to Forrest and the things that he said and did, I would take the word clown, and that's a good word. I've talked about the contradictions. So the word clown makes you a star, in different things. So when you look at the word clown, so you could be saying that Forrest was a really good man with that word clown, and because of how I'm feeling at the moment, I took that to be bad with past history involved. But you could have absolutely been saying that Forrest was a star, and I would have been wrong. Going down the avenue. Are you UFO follower, paranormal? Oh, I like both of those. Yeah, it's just crazy. But like I say, Indy, I'm choosing to say that, and he can't disagree with it, or she can't, whoever they are. The synonym for clown is a star and other good things. So I'm choosing to believe, and they can change if they want, but it won't change what I want to believe. Clown is a good word if you look at it in a different way. Yeah. With some milk in it. A saucer story with some milk. See you, Purple. Appreciate you, man. You're a good man. Is that a moon I see before me? In the poem, when you connect all the Oh, right, the nice picture of a clown. That's the only reason I said it, too. Yeah, okay, I'm saying, I could have read you wrong, and I apologised. I've already apologised, and I'll apologise again. You could have. Could have. He made a bike as well, a backward bike, and he made other pictures in the poem. Like I say, Zozo, it could have been a good thing that was said. It's just the way that we feel. We think is wrong. I don't know what that is. Sorry, Richard. I can see a pound sign. Is it? What things are? I don't know what the things are. MJ's retracted. Clown, just a joker. No, better than that. Like I say, if you look up the synonym of clown, there's some good. I could do it actually, but he or she didn't mean that. He or she didn't mean that. Just the O's. O's is a good thing. There's a lot of O's in the chase. Literally, a lot of O's in the chase. So, and some of these things, Forrest did talk about the clown, the Harlequin, and those sort of things. Actor, Top Banana, one. I don't know. He's I've been through these words, not because the word clown, but because of the words that they mean. Trying to find the nice ones. Not, oh, did you clown your toe in it? Oh, the dodo, the scrapbook about the dodo. Where's Wally? Waldo. So you had to find Forrest. That was the whole point of it. Find Forrest, find me, he says in the poem. I dare you to come find me, he said. And nobody bothered. Nobody bothered to find him. It's like, that's what the poem. Simple. Simplify my poem. That's the good stuff. Oh, but's an important word. These are the bad ones so far. Not going to find a good one. Sorry while I do this, it's funny. Let me just go to the good one then. I'm watching all the. So he's a performer, an artist, an actor, a star, a superstar, a dancer, a singer, a lead, a lovey, a ventriloquist, a film star, movie star, a principal. His dad was a principal, so he's a principal. He's a celeb, a hero, a worker, a company. That'll go for Granite Granny. Look at the word company. A big name, famous actor. So, if he's a clown, he's all of those things. I miss this now. Forrest put me in charge. Listen to what I have to say. What do you have to say, Golden Key? I'm listening. I'm listening. That's all I've been doing, listening. I really don't believe anyone is in charge of anything, to be honest. Yeah, somebody's in charge. Definitely in charge, Indy. Somebody's in charge. Somebody has the keys. One who's entertaining, one who wears costumes or disguise, one good at getting love. Yes, well done, Q. Yeah, so, Hush could have come in and said all of those things, and I took it the wrong way because, I'm a little bit not me at the moment. It wanted, you seem cheerful, happy weekend. Oh, Jason Bozo was a bomb. Zozo, a huge humdinger it was. Joker, not a fool. Yeah, his shadow was not cast by a fool. I don't know why I chuck some hearts out to everybody because it's been a good chat. But I don't know why I can't see the pictures of them. just got a blank black screen. And I need to change the colour of it into light. I don't know how to do that though. Well, let me reiterate, the school is in charge, but what do I know? There's 7 schools. There's 7, it's almost like 7 cities of gold. The 7 schools of knowledge. Good, nice to hear. That fun is always good to be part of. It certainly is. Glad you made it. What, made it fun? There's a famous painting of the atom bomb going off, and the clouds look like Bozo the Clown. He's very famous. Well, the name's very famous, isn't it? But I think it passed away. Isn't that the case? Like, to still be known. Well, mind you, no different than Charlie Chaplin, I suppose. Yeah. We were talking about, these people. It's crazy. Crazy world. But all the gods, so it starts from chaos, which is pretty much nothing. And then the gods that we have are just different names of the same god in different parts of the world. But people say that we all started from nothing. It's a bit like the poem, really. If you have nothing, you should end up with nothing. But they're saying they started with nothing and they created this, the universe and everything. So if you start with nothing, you can't have something. It's like, oh, there was nothing and then there was a big bang. What? Yeah, there was nothing and then there was a big bang and it created all this. Well, if there was nothing, and obviously if you start with nothing, you end up with nothing, then there has to be a creator that created the Big Bang. Because if there was nothing, you don't get a Big Bang out of nothing. You just get nothing out of nothing. So if something was created, a Big Bang, the Big Bang was created, then there has to be a creator. And whether you believe that's a god or not is irrelevant. The fact is, something or someone created everything. Because with nothing, if you add nothing to nothing, you get nothing. But if you're getting something from somewhere, then someone or something had to bring that something to the equation of nothing. So therefore you have a creator. Whichever God you believe in could be a creator. But something or someone created something. No, I'm glad you made. Yeah, but like I say, there has to be a creator. Christian or Hindu or Islam or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But there has to be a creator. Something or someone created something out of nothing. And that's impossible. If there's not, like these people who have these solves, you created a solve out of nothing. Because if you don't have one water salt nailed down, you can't create a solve. You created a solve out of nothing and got something, then you're saying that you're God. That's as simple as I can put it. What you did was a miracle. You created a solve out of nothing. Brilliant. Amazing. Astounding stuff. Considering you started with nothing because you didn't have warm water salt nailed down, you managed to get a solve. That's beyond me. Yes, Minerva. Yes. If you look in the vignettes, you'll see Minerva. Medusa. Medusa. Madame Medusa. Indeed, your thinking is wrong. Yeah, but I like Minerva. Minerva's good. And if people must know, yes, it's a bloodline. Well, needs to be some DNA sorting out. I don't know why people don't. I've got a solve. I've got the solve. It's my solve. I've found the chest. What's the DNA in there for then? What's the hair in there for? Don't know. Why can 2 people keep a secret if one of them is dead? I don't know. What's in the olive jar? I don't know. Don't know much about the chase considering you solved the poem. Yeah, but so therefore it has to be God, doesn't it? But you can't have something from nothing. Somebody has to give you something. And that'll end the chase. Thank you, Sue. Zozo, you're going to be knighted, I think, says Richard. Here we go. I don't know where we're going. Apollo. Now you're talking. Oh, sure. So, that could end, it could, well, no, it won't. Artemis is the word you're looking for there. I hope you're having a great day. I didn't create anything. I followed the trail of the troubadours. I think Artemis is more important than Apollo, or as important as Apollo. But if you look on page 99, you'll understand why. Somewhere, something or someone created or did something to get this all started. What that is unknown. Yeah, unknown. Exactly unknown. But anybody could be correct, which is like the chase, which is what I've just said. Whilst people claim, if you imagine it's religion, and these 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, how many solvers there are all claiming they have a different religion, one of those religions might be correct. For all we know, because we don't know the answer. We only can base our information on the information that we believe. But one of them could be correct, or none of them could be correct. And the answer is something totally different. There's a lot of things that I know that I haven't said, Indy, and I don't think it's for me to say. But the information that I've given using the information, using the methods, you can find that information out for yourself. You don't need me to tell you. You can find it out for yourself. And that's just reading the poem, not, going on the internet or anything. Just looking at the book, seeing what's in the book, bringing that information to the poem. The Zeus Jupiter thing, or Diana and Athena, those sort of people, Minerva, Venus, Saturn. They're just the same gods in different parts of the world. Here you go, Nikki. Thank you for popping in. I won't be too far gone either. 10 to 1 in the morning here. Well, I looked up the synonyms of those and the history of those. So those people that found in the poem. So who in different parts of the world were they? So you could have, like I was saying, Diana being one, Athena, Minerva. They're given the same traits of a god, but for different parts of the world. What about the dragon? Oh no, not the dragon. No, I missed that. I saw David say golden. Yes, we do. I don't know what that is. Nobody is attacking. 13%. What people think it is. Like I say, you can only believe what you believe on the information you get, and only when. What was that? Oh. Only when the facts are proven can you be certain, and that's no different than the chase. Everybody wants to believe what they want to believe because they have a vested interest in it, but some of it is believed because they haven't really listened to what's been said. I mean, I read the Bible from front to back. I don't know if it's they're the exact words that you're supposed to read, or words have been changed by man, but I do know that Adam and Eve came out of the Garden of Eden and bumped into some people. That doesn't make sense. You're the first people, but you bumped into people. Because surely if Adam and Eve were the first people, then it all would have been incest. And then we would all be, deformed by now. You can't have a society based on two people. It won't work. You can't breed 8 billion people out of two. It doesn't happen. Or more than 8 billion, because so many have come and gone. Ooh, I like Minerva, but I don't know what that meant, Golden. But yeah, good stuff, that is. It was a vignette that Forrest did. I don't think anybody read it, but well, he did two, to be fair, but one was Minerva. So who are you, Mr. Fenn? Yeah, I hope they never find out. See, people don't even, I found a chest. I found a chest. It wasn't about a chest anyway, but they keep saying they found a chest. And then when you ask them about the questions of the chase, they have no idea. But why did Forrest say, "Come find me"? I dare you to come find me. Nobody did. But that's what this was about. It's a game of chase. I said from in my early videos, I was saying to Forrest, "You're it," and he was saying to me, "No, you're it," and I was saying, "No, you're it." We had a game of chase. We had a game of chess. We had a game of Scrabble. We had a game of cards. We had a game of I know, had lots of games. Played lots of games with Forrest in there. Went on a walk around the secret garden. Literally every animal in that secret garden in the poem, walk around. You can find them in as a map, as they are situated as you walk around the secret garden. You can find those animals. So that's your homework. Street and Troy and Trusted and all those people that say I'm a bad teacher. Look in the poem, find the secret garden, look at the layout, then start at an animal and work your way around and see all the animals there, and you'll know where to find them because you have a map. And that poem is a good map, not just of the secret garden, but it's a really good map. Fun fact, Artemis is also the younger sister. Yeah, Wonder Woman, yes. Which is Diana, which is, probably got hands on the chest, Diana. Everyone. Or maybe even, what does the word Cynthia mean? Who knows? I looked up all the words. Trust me. All the words that I come across, I looked them all up. Adam and Steve, not Adam and Eve. Oh, that would have been weird. In the land of Nod, Minerva is Athena. Athena. Yes, Minerva is Athena, yes. Turn Medusa. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But whilst in different parts of the country, they're two different gods, it's the same god. They just call it by a different name. So give them a pat for me, Woody. Hi everyone, how is your Sunday going? Well, I'm into my Monday. Monday. Oh, it didn't say. I got a new computer, so this one camera works. The screen, I can see it and read it. It's all good. A Gainsburger. I know what a Gainsburger is. It's a painting, but I don't know what a Gainsburger is. Yes, there are plenty of not very clever people. The one Kane married. Lorraine, hi Lorraine. Yes, sorry, did I say Lorraine? I read hi everyone, how's your Sunday? Hi Lorraine. So many of the many here, very sad. So many of the many. Don't know what that means. I can't, my head's not in a place where I want to think about that. Didn't find any secret garden or animals within the perimeters. Just an old man telling how to find him in memory. Trust me, it's in there. Kiwi, hi, how you doing? Just have a look. It can't hurt. If everybody, all these people say they have this solved and they had it for years, and 3.5 years they're still moaning that they found a chest. Just look at a different solve. Just do something. Pass the time of day. Instead of being such a miserable git who, wants to be rich. Just do it. Hey, Luli. It's always good to see you or read you. What about, place where even memory has not been. They say these things and they're like, how do you have a memory of death? Yeah, why did they change? The difference, the information. That's why I say you can only make your opinion based on the information you get. And if you don't have that opinion, that information, then your opinion is incorrect. And that's what they do in the chase. They make opinions based on incorrect information because the information has come from them. It didn't come from Forrest. So if you want to have a correct solve, then your information has to come direct from Forrest Fenn and not something that you made up. Your warm waters hole cannot be the correct warm waters hole if you don't have it nailed down. So therefore you can't start. So you shouldn't start a solve until you understand what that's saying. And then you shouldn't go past the home of Brown, because Forrest said, if I told you that, you go right straight to it. And he said, why are you worried about, if you have home of Brown, why are you worried about where warm water's old? And he said, if you know the home of Brown, why are you worried about the blaze? So you're making solves based on your own information and not the information that Forrest Fenn has given you to help you with the information that you have. That's how it is. You think the devil isn't real yet? So, Michael, you think you... I don't know who you're talking to. A jockstrap or not. Eddie. Hi. Hey, Five. I just scored many yards of fine, funky new carpet from 1970. I have no idea what that means. Oh, yes, I do. So you just threw me with the scored. So you purchased or got a lot of carpet from 1970. I could have given you some of that from here. I'm not joking. So it's a good thing I found that I was looking for. Didn't have to go anywhere else. No need, because I only cared about the shadow of Forrest and not Saoirse's perspective of him. Excuse me. In fact, I have thrown. It's quite amazing. How you lot are talking some sort of code now, because even my head's in the shed. Or what you're saying only makes sense to you, because it doesn't make sense to me. Oh, in fact, well, that helps. Wilfred. Hello, Wilfred. I think I've seen you once before. Or before, let's say it that way. Nice to have you here. Oh, more is coming, I'm sure. Stay tuned. Not sure who you're talking to there. Well, according to Richard, welcome to step number 1 in accepting the truth. Be safe. Yeah, the truth will hit people over the head and they probably still won't accept it. Rules for solve. Guarantees. After a solve makes sense, it must have definitive connections. If those can't be given or yet, then you are so out of luck. I don't know what that means. Well, all the information has been given that does make sense in everything that I've said, if you listen. And all the information that Forrest gave, such as please touch, one foot on another, are, decipher. If you look up the words that you're told to look up, they all make sense. But you didn't look them up. You thought that Forrest had to look up the words in the poem, but you didn't. Absolutely no sense. And what's the word? Obtuse people, very obtuse people, decided that they could solve the poem without looking up all the words that Forrest looked up. I looked up all the words in that poem. It's risky to ignore any of the words in that poem. And if your solve doesn't equate to using all those words, no, you have to be obtuse or slow of mind, because I'm not allowed to call you stupid. But to me, I listen to what Forrest says. I try to work out a solve, and then I go, oh no, can't be that. But some people don't even bother to look at what Forrest says. They just make up a solve, get to a chest, claim that they found it, and not hear anything that anybody says. Especially, don't tell me you found a chest. Yeah, but I found one. I found the chest that's in the Thrill of the Chase poem. Don't tell me you found a chest. Yeah, but I'm the solver. I found a chest. Don't tell me you found a chest. Yeah, but I followed all the 9 clues precisely and I found a chest. It's irrelevant. How do you not understand those words? Don't tell me you found a chest. Why are you screaming? You found a chest. It's not what this was about. Forrest knows all the chests that could possibly have been found in that poem. Every single one of them. And they were all wrong. They're on the wrong side of the poem because you went on your own quest and you followed the wrong breadcrumbs. And if you listen to what Forrest said, you will understand at what point you weren't listening to him. I beg to differ. The key and decryption I heard the only objective. Okay. You're going to say the same thing, and Trusted will say something, and Street will say something, and Troy will say something, and you say their solve is wrong, and they say your solve is wrong. Carry on. And you know where you are? The end is ever drawing nigh. Up your creek without a paddle. Lots of solves, many tears. That's exactly where you are. Exactly what the poem says, because you went past no place for the meek. Carry on. You know, I'm trying to help you without screwing over what Forrest Fenn is trying to achieve. You have a soul for the last 3.5 years that you're adamant is correct, and you have no information about the chase whatsoever. I've told you all about the chase. I've told you things that happened in the chase that you know are real. I pointed them out to you in the poem. I told you what all the words mean, and you still want to stick to the solve that you've had 3.5 years that gives you no information. Do it. Do it. But when the time comes and you find out the truth, you're going to feel stupid. Hush, right, straight. In my opinion, the chess was the riddle. As I heard Forrest when he was given the information that he gave, he said the chest was going to go back. Why were you looking for a chest? You were never going to get the chest. You weren't going to get it. The chest has nothing to do with what you were going to get, especially if you're given title. Now, why people keep saying they found a chest, I have no idea. I cannot get it. I said to Davey, it is beyond the stupidity of a 10-year-old to believe that if somebody says you're not going to have the chest, that they would say they found a chest. It just doesn't make sense. He said it doesn't make it so. Just because he said it doesn't make it so. And that's where you fail. That's exactly where you fail. What's the point of him saying, so hear me all and listen good, if you're not going to believe him? And the shit show, it's yours because you say them stupid things. Because he said so, makes it so. Twice. So, why is it that I must go is a so, and he said so. And he said so, hear me all and listen good. The fact that he said so makes it so hush. You don't need to own your chest to see the riddle of the chest. No. Tis what it is. The only people searched Mario was for the chest, was it? The only people searched Mario was for the chest. Was. Yeah, we all search for the chest. Initially, when you first read it, you think you search for the chest. But when you read Title to the Gold, you don't read Search for the Chest. You try to work out, what the heck is title? What's that all about? I don't need title. I took the chest and went in peace. You told me you went in there, never came out of there. This is Forrest. So while I was working into the poem, I was looking at it. Well, you said you went in there, and you said from there, which was the place that you went in, it's no place for the weak. So you never left that place. Wherever that place was, you went in there in the first stanza, and from there, all of these things take place. From that place that you went in there. That's it. And then at the end of the poem, you say you're going to get Tartles of the Gold when you're talking about a chest. So from there is where I'm staying. I'm not leaving that point there, where you went in there and didn't come out. That's where I'm staying in order that I'm looking at a chest. And then, so why is it that I must go? Means the chest was found, and now you have to make it happen. And then if people understand that, they will get title to the gold. But if they believe that they found a chest, then go in peace. Stop there. That's where you all stopped. And don't say you didn't, because you did. You all stopped at the chest. You didn't work out what the title was. You stopped at the chest. And you claim you found a chest. And you did. And it's the wrong chest. Because your beginning at Warm Waters Halt wasn't nailed down. So it's impossible that you found anything other than the chest that you made up. The solve that you made up, the chase that you made up, and Forrest told you that it was your quest and it was your creek that you will go up with no paddle. Hence, there'll be no paddle up your creek. This creek that you went up, you're up the creek with no paddle. The shit show that you made, that shit creek, that's yours. And up that shit show creek that you've made up, there'll be no paddle. And at that point, above you, the end is ever drawing nigh. And below you, there are many more solvers just like you that are up the creek without a paddle. And there are many more solvers just like you with lots of tears. Do you see how that works? You're told about the standard state of the chase in the poem, where all you people who found a chest are crying about the shit show of it because you're making it a shit show. The chase is not finished. How could it be finished? Things are not what they seem. Words don't mean what you think they do. How can it be finished? Forrest said, share in my passion. You shared in your own quest. You didn't share in his. You took your own quest on. You made your own rules, your own clues, your own answers, and your own chest, and claimed that it's Forrest Fenn's. And you claim that Forrest made a shit show. No, he told you there would be a shit show, and he said it would be yours, and you'd be up the creek with no paddle in your own shit show. It's not his. And when you find out why it's not his, you're going to kick yourself. But if you don't want to listen, you don't want to listen. Nobody got nothing. And these are the people that get me. It's like you don't hear a single word. If you ran a race and you came in first, hush, and you were there with the blanket round you, and you were still waiting for everybody to finish, what do you think you're going to get? Do you think you're going to get your medal? Do you think you're going to stand on the podium? Do you think you're going to go on the podium, get your medal for winning? No. You'll wait until everybody finishes. And even then, you won't get on the podium straight away. You still have to wait. And what did Forrest tell you? Told all of you. You'll be waiting. You'll be waiting. He knew you were going to go on your own quest, find your own chest. You never went in his quest. And you'll be waiting. Now, the only way to not be waiting is to understand what Forrest Fenn's quest is and sharing it. And be with Forrest as you go through it. Because you know what the end is going to be. And something will end it. You may be waiting for the end, but you're not waiting in the shit show that you lot created. I, Davey B, and maybe some others, I don't know, are not waiting in the same shit show as you. We're not bothered about all this crap that you keep talking about. Hasn't finished. When something has a chase, it will finish. And none of this is a shit show, apart from what you make it. What I have is something now, Davey. No, 5. You don't know. I'm sick of saying the same things. People hate you when you disagree with them. Exactly, but listen, I hate the truth. I hate the truth. We all die sometimes. I lost my wife. That's the truth. And I hate it more than you can even possibly imagine. I hate that truth. But it's the truth. It doesn't matter how much you hate it. It's the truth. Now, you can be my enemy because I tell you the truth. I can't help that. But you can't help the truth. You can't help it. It is what it is. Eric is right. It is what it is. Now, you don't want to believe it because you want to be rich or you want to be famous or you want to be whatever you want to be. But I'm telling you now, if you listen to Forrest, if you begun this chase Without having where warm water's halt nailed down, you are not the solver. Impossible. It's impossible. Impossible. I don't care what you say, it's impossible. And then you add on to that, he doubled down on it. He doubled down on it with K-Pro and said, no, K-Pro says, Forrest, do they get to keep the chest and all the contents? And Forrest says, I said in my poem, I'll give you title to the gold. That's a big fat no. That's a no. In anybody's language, that's a no. Then he triples down and tells you you're all, I can't call you stupid or idiots, but all not listening. He tells you you're all not listening, because then K-Pro pins him down even more and says, Forrest, what is the one thing that all searchers are missing? It's important to the story, but I'm leaving that to the finder. Now, all of these people who have souls have no idea what the story is, and yet they solved the poem. But it's important to the story. It's the one thing that people are missing, and they haven't got it, but their solve's correct. And again, I can't call them stupid, because I said I wouldn't call them stupid because they asked me not to call them stupid. But it's like, are you listening? The one thing that's important to the story you don't have, but your solve is correct? Shut up. Shut up. You're talking obtusely. You're talking of a slow mind. You didn't solve it because you don't have those things you're supposed to have to solve it. If you need a spanner to tighten up those nuts and you don't have a spanner, you are screwed. That's as much as I can do. Falls apart. That's your solve. That's your solve. It falls apart. When you really study it and use it, it falls apart. That's your solve. You didn't have warm water's halt. You don't know what the story is. What was the other thing? It's important to the story. Warm water. Whatever I just said anyway. It's part of the narrative. A mirror has spoken. Each time you open your mouth, you prove my point. Yes, and each time you open yours, well, each time you write, you prove mine. See how it works? You're an obtuse person. Each time you post, I laugh at your ignorance. Oops. Hush, you make me blush. When God said... I was thinking of explaining something about life. So we were all on the train. Every single one of us were on a train. From the moment we're born, and we're heading to this destination. And through our life on this train, there are stops that we make. And people enter our lives and they leave our lives at either of those platforms until we get to our own end destination. And then we leave their lives. But that train still carries on going. It started without us and it will keep going without us. And the best that we can do is get on with everybody on the train. Now, some people don't want to do that. They want to be disruptive and they want to upset the people on the train because their life isn't as good as the others. And what they see isn't as good as the others. So rather than try and see what they see, no, they want the other happy people to be miserable like them. Unfortunately, I'm not that sort of person. I don't want to be miserable. The engineer. That's another thing Forrest said, you know. I think Forrest was talking about the solver when he said, one day out of the blue, my father said to me, who do you want working on your car? Someone who's been working on a car for 4 years or someone who's just studied for 4 years? Well, I think these solvers that found a chest are just studying. They don't know nothing about cars, really. They're just learning. But the person who knows about the poem, the person who's been working on the poem for 4 years, maybe that's the sort of person you want working on your car. The person who's been doing it, not the people who talk about it and study it. The person who's been doing it. So if you can't do it, if you can't read the poem, ain't you. It ain't you. If you don't understand all of those things that I've said, it ain't you. If you don't understand begin to wear warm water salt, if you don't understand it's important to the story, if you don't understand it's there to aid the finder, not the seeker, if you won't put any of those to your souls, I can't help you. I've tried to. I've tried to tell you the truth, and you don't like it. The truth is, Forrest did something amazing. You can't appreciate that. That's what the truth is. You can't appreciate how amazing it was. That's the simple truth. Because you think that you had to beat Forrest. You were never going to beat Forrest. Ever. Ever. No matter how smart you are. I don't care if you've got an IQ of 200. You weren't going to beat Forrest. He knew every move. And he told you. Try to think of everything. And you claim you beat him. And you weren't supposed to beat him. You're supposed to walk in his shoes. Crazy people. There's a trainer coming. Choo choo. Thanks, MJ. We only live once. Damn good one. Choo choo. Yeah, we're all on the train. Feed the big boys with ketchup and pickles. See, even that, it changed from a olive jar to a pickle jar. Look up the word pickle. You'll understand why it's called a pickle jar. No ticket needed. Woo. Oh, I'm all for that then. A free train ride. Casey Jones, he's a man a rolling. Casey Jones. I tried to hit up New Band to Freeway Jam. I wouldn't have it. That's probably that carpet that you showed him. I'm like, no, you ain't joining us with that carpet. Crazy train. I'm ready. Free train ride. Yeah, free train ride. All aboard. Get ready. Oh, what's that song? Was it Zeppelin? No, who's. Oh, I don't know who it was now. All around the world. Oh, I can't remember it. Street will know it. Why is it that I must go? Solver is like the centroid of the chase. Oh, that's a big word. Well, not a big word, but wow. A wow word. Let's say a wow word. And to help save others, Kusa. What if someone easily messes up Justin's Netflix? Again, I don't see why people worry about the chest and worry about everything else. They say the chest is just a lure. They say it's nothing to do with the chest. Then they say they found a chest. Then they worry about what's happening with the chest. And no one's even tried to find Forrest or understand what the title is. And that's the most important thing you need. If the chest is not what this is about, and if there is a bigger picture, why aren't you looking for the bigger picture? Why aren't you trying to find the title? And why have you not tried to find out where and who Forrest, Major Forrest Burke Fenn is? Why haven't you tried to do that? That's crazy. And I go so far as to say it's obtuse. There you go, Lily. I think Cat Stevens did Peace Train. Woohoo. I like Cat Stevens, to be fair. And then he disappeared as that other name. I don't know. 5. I wonder about you sometimes. You are so smart and I don't know. I had that mate. Who's Jeffrey Toll's locomotive? Chase Inc. Hello. I don't suppose Netflix has been scrubbed on doing anything on the chase. Uh-oh. Did people get ready? There's a trainer coming. I was ready. Train kept a rolling right through Albuquerque even. Oh, and what a bit Yeah. Yes, that's an understatement. See, even that big picture, even if you just looked up that, the poem right at the top says issue 9, closure, resolution, soldier, um, obviously June, bias, lots of other things. And it's like, wow, Dragon. Gonna go have dinner and watch the All Star game with Ben. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you being here. Say hi to Ben. Um, Tell him it does talk about how much he put in that note for his flies in the poem, if he's interested. I do appreciate you being here. I appreciate you as a human being and the abilities that you have as well. Pat Travers, don't know what that means. The chase is like Star Wars as far as tyranny. No, no, you're creating the rebellion. There is no rebellion and there is no tyranny. There is only people not listening, and you're still not listening now. You're fighting a war that doesn't exist. You're fighting the war between other searchers, not Forrest. Forrest is still making it happen. You, you are fighting between Troy, Street, Trusted, Five Leaf, Dave Man from the East. Them are the people that you're fighting. You're not fighting Forrest. Forrest is still on his mission. He's still making his quest happen. There is no tyranny. Boom, boom. Let's go back to my room. As I sit here past midnight and wonder, NDAs will require bylaws to hire more. Hi, Amy. How are you? You made a message to me a while ago. Well, I say a while ago, a few weeks ago, but I did answer back, but you didn't reply. So I'm just trying to make you know that I did get the initial message. T41. Oh, no, no Olga. Is that a car gear stick? I can't see. It's like that Mike Cowlizars did a little quiz question. He sort of like had two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then told you what was next, what came next. Now I think everybody thought, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 comes next, but it wasn't. It was a gear lever, and reverse came next. So you make assumptions that you have the right information. No, you make assumptions on the information you have, and you think your answer is correct on the information you have, but you use the wrong information. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your answer is 6, and you're adamant that the answer is 6 because you followed everything the way your mind says it has to work. And then you find out you're using the wrong information. It's an R for reverse because it's a gear lever. But you won't have it. You'll go, no, 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 it's got to be 6. It's got to be 6. Because I worked it out and it's 6. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even though you're being told, no, it's an R. It's an R for reverse. It's the gear lever of a car. You are wrong in your assumption. No, no, I'm not. No. Yes, you are. You're wrong in your assumption. It looks great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks great, but it's wrong. And that's what people can't see. That's a queen, not a pawn. Oh, is that what it looks like a car lever, gear stick. Trust me when I tell you that you'll all go further if we go with the side for the rest of the world won't think Forrest lined all that we're stupid. The rest of the world will when they find out the answers. No, stupid, not that Forrest lied. Forrest hasn't lied. Yeah, I played chess with Forrest, and that pawn that you thought was there is right in the middle where the king is, and the queen's on either side. Black queen, red queen. Maybe you get black on that side. So I'm the wrong way around, am I? Yeah, I think I'm the wrong way around. Right on. Oh, going back to 70s now. RR, you captured my heart. This is for Brad Creel, if he is lurking tonight. Year before the watercolour I found at Goodwill for $4 was framed in London. Has a 35 in marker on back. Time period is late 1980s too. Ah. So, was it a 1 in 10? I am a 1 in 10. I'm in captivity. Is that a new place? Measuring this, I've gained as much ground as Chase Gov lost, and that's a lot. The 35 is probably the price at the time, not sure. 35p pence. Did it say p? 35p? It's 35 pence. 35, won't that be the amount, how many was made? Of number 35 out of so many. I have no leather to tan. You'll hear new, very intelligent sounding people talking about dinosaurs and ciphers. Those are the new TV pictures. Dinosaurs? Is there a new movie coming out? The thrill of their chase. So I don't get why people aren't looking for Forrest. And I don't get why they don't understand the chase. Or women wear makeup, false advertising and stuff like that. I found a cup that has crazy images on the bottom. What, when it's hot? Like they change when you pour the hot water in. MJ free rides and bromance. Woo woo. Don't forget the fort, Mario. They are the castles. Ah, yes, don't forget the forts. And the knights of the round table. 35 dash. Oh, dash is a good word actually, but 35 dash. Yeah, it could be 35p. 35 pence. That would make sense. Like, have you asked an AI machine if you saw? Hey, Davy Paisano. Who is you asking? Me? Is you asking me? No. Because you need some imagination to solve it. And, well, actually, I think it's possible to give AI the information to the solve and it could come up with the correct interpretation. But you have to give it what you think is the right answer for it to give you the right answer. A bit like Five Leaf. You have to give it the right answer, then it'll come back and say, yeah, you're right, you're correct. So if you did that with Forrest Poem and didn't give it the right answer, it would probably short a circuit because you need a little bit of imagination. You need to shift, drift, and adjust. The best one that's able to adapt, please touch. You need to put it in a certain way to AI for AI then to comprehend it. If you didn't do all those things, I don't think AI would understand it. I might send you a pic. 2 pawns above the king as well, remember? Yeah, one had moved, one hadn't. Anyone in the room? Oh, I've explained mine anyway, so I'm all right. You know Five Leaf has, David. That's all he's done. A rookie. Or a key. Sounds like heaven. Boot. There are 2 boots in the poem. There's the heel. There's a heel to a boot, and then there's the last boot. That's the foot. When you're waiting for a clump of a boot. That's in the poem. A clump of a boot. in the same place as, let me think. Don't go past the home. Oh, the home of Brown. Or the No Place for the Meek. Hell. What is the US dollar equivalent of pounds and pennies? You want about now or then? I don't know. I would say, what would I say? Don't know. Probably somewhere near 90p a pound now, something like that. So 9/10 of a pound. I don't know. I don't know if I was saying. No, I don't know. Let's just say I don't know. Top hat and tails. What is a quid? Always wanted to know. A quid is a pound, which is like a dollar to you. So hang on, we might be £1. No, you're probably. So your dollar might be just less than our pound, which is a quid. So if I said I was going to give you a quid, it'd be a pound note. Don't call them quids anymore, but it used to be a pound note when I had money, paper money. A quid is a pound. Hi, Tigger. All good. Happy Tigger's here. What is a quid? Don't know. I think Goodwill and thrift stores are drop-off places for upcoming artist events. If AI can't understand how you see a face on Google Earth, then you have your answer. It will do, though. I think AI will get to the point where it could understand. All the pottery was raised as depend upon the micro volume globe to actually talk about pottery and that. We've got all the sort of like Daltons and Wedgwoods and things like that I probably won't keep anymore. So if like anybody out there who wishes to purchase loads of that stuff, I mean a lot of the China stuff and Toby jugs and all them weird things, I don't think I have much need for them. And porcelain ladies, them sort of things. Hand-thrown pottery done at learning schools are worth even more. And next, if AI does see a face on Google Earth, then try to tell it why it's a clue. Good luck. Yeah, but the clues are in the poem, not on Google Earth. The hints should be somewhere else. 35 dash is in dollar. 35 dash in dollar. At that time, it depends how much it was compared to the dollar. But we were probably getting £2 to the dollar in them days. So half of 35, 17 and a half. 17 and a half pence. Your dollar. I know. To your dollar, 17 and a half cents. Is there 100 cents in a dollar? Clap along. If you feel like a room without a roof. Yeah, happiness is the truth. Well, I was just looking at the word peace earlier, Tigger, and in there is the word happiness and the word indulgence. Indulgence is the bot. I don't want the... No. To be fair, Zozo, I think if you typed it into like the Google search, it might tell you. I mean, I could be wrong with that 35p, but it might tell you what 35 dash on a UB40 doodah is. I think it will actually. Oh, Richard's retracted his message of happiness. Indies, Tigger. Tigger, you Indy. Why is everybody questioning if Indy is Tigger? Ew. Tigger doesn't talk, Chase. That Tigger's singing a great song. So that cost less than $2 in about 1989. Absolutely. Cost less than $1 in 1989. think it costs 79 cents roughly, if it's 35p, and if there's £2 to the dollar. Tigger talk about everything else. Used to buy Wedgwood for my mum. Pretty stuff. Yeah, we've got Wedgwood as well, the blue and white stuff. Because Wedgwood do a lot of different things, but like the light blue and white stuff. I just finished my taxes. Ooh, we don't do those things. Well, I don't do those things. I know you have the tax things over there, but oh, is it secret and capital gains? I was just going to say, is that secret code for by UB40 in 1989, painted by Barry Moran? Ooh, Moran's a good name. 1988. How old was I then? I was 20-something. 25. 25. Oh, that was the same time that Forrest and then I got cancer. Did he get UB40 in 1988? If you don't want to talk about Truth to Power in the shows, there are millions of other channels. I'm just saying. Thanks, Tigger. I appreciate that. Such a surprise. She hadn't been well for a long time, but for what she actually died of, we didn't even know. I thought she'd go kicking and screaming. I never thought she'd just pass in asleep. Take another train ride, I think. I don't know what that means, to be fair. I don't want to talk about truth to power. The days coming where we rank clues in an open AI window. I don't get what you're saying. The clues are in the poem, so why don't you just ask AI what it thinks the clues are and why it thinks they are the clues. So if the clues are in the poem, you've got 9 clues that you're supposed to find. Ask AI based on that information. I don't think it'd sort it anyway, like I say, unless you tell it the only way to get your answer is to give it the answer and then say, am I correct? And it'll say, yeah, because you gave it the answer. But if you put in the poem and asked it to come up with a solution, it couldn't. But if Troy put his in, AI would say it's correct. Put Troy's in. Put Troy's solve in AI, see what it says. Put Dave Manfreni's solve in, see what it says. But you have to put everything in, all of it, all the information that he's given you. And then it'll come out and say, yeah, his is right. So we are still doing this. Any new thoughts on Charlotte? Don't worry about that. There is no... The timeline is a true reflection on how the chase is progressing based on information that people have. Now, that information, a bit like AI, doesn't take into account the something that affects the chase. That's not, unless you have future knowledge, that can't be predicted. So trying to work out what I'm trying to say here. It's not like betting on a race and your horse doesn't come in. It's like you have a horse and you know it's going to race, but you're not sure which race it's going to win. You know it's going to win a race. At some point, it's going to win a race, but you don't know when that race is going to come in. So your timeline is based on your horse is going to run a race. You know it's going to win, so it runs a race, and you think, yeah, it's going to win this race, and it doesn't. So you know it's going to go on another race, and you think it's going to win that race, and it doesn't. And then it'll go on another race, and that's the race that it wins, and that's the timeline. When the horse wins that race, so maybe lightning. When the horse wins that race, that's your timeline. But at the moment, you can give a timeline because you know the horse is going to race and you think he's going to win that race. So you give a timeline and say, yeah, it's going to happen now. And then the horse doesn't win. So now you look stupid because you thought, that was going to be the one. So then you run another race and it doesn't win. So whilst there can be a timeline because you know there's going to be a race, it's dependent on whether the horse wins or not. If the horse doesn't win, then you go for another race. That's as simple as I can probably make it. Which probably doesn't make any sense, but that's as simple as I can probably make it. Oh, it's on Amazon, is it? Hi, Sophia. I found the gallery in the poem. Yes. And it talks about stuff in the gallery. And it, it talks about places to go in the gallery. But gone. Thanks. It is the blowhard talking head. And that's my cue to leave. I talked with early tourists to the started on the chase convoys and end if it didn't less. How does this ending enhance revealing the Fenn's treasure trove? How does it bolster the announcement and increase the value of the full-page colour ad? So the full-page colour ad can be, as I've said, found in the poem. You can read it in the poem. And again, as I've said, all the information Forrest gave you is based on the poem and in the poem. So what you have to do with all the information that you have, knowing that, knowledge of a little understanding of Rocky Mountain something geography, whatever the quotes are, all of those quotes are in the poem. Now, if you understand how to find all of those quotes, you will be able to find out what the answer is, but you're not prepared to look. I can't help you. I've told you how you can do it. I've explained to you all the different methods that you can use, and I've explained, the best methods to get the best information. And one of them is to understand the words, but you don't want to do it. Chess is in the poem as well. Hit those. Cheers, Casper. And your alter ego too. Thanks. Nice to see you in here. If a book on the chase has real information, of course, it'll be censored by FS. Crazy. I had a friend that was a nagger. Hello. But why are you here then, Smoking Joe? Just to cause issues. Just, somebody says, don't call us stupid, don't call us idiots. And then you come in and you do those things. But you don't want to be called those names. Just beyond belief. It's beyond belief. I try to think that nobody's that stupid or that idiotic, but then you do these things. Why would you make a statement like that? If you don't think this is a good place to learn, why the heck have you come here? Crazy statements. I really want to call these people those names because they do those things. Street says teachers are supposed to give you answers. Just don't send your kids to school then. Let the teachers do all the work. Let them do all your homework. Let them do all your tests and exams. Just keep them at home for 14 years or whatever it is. And at the end of it, they'll have passing grades because the teachers had all the answers and gave you them. Just a crazy thing to say. And there's, don't call me stupid, but teachers give you answers. No, they give you methods and give you answers to those methods, but they don't give you the answers. Those things you have to do yourself. And Forrest said, I'm not giving it away to the cosmos. They're going to have to earn it. I've already told you how to do it. Now you want the answers as well. Crazy. Crazy, crazy people. Obtuse. Well, I've got 11 thumbs up. What happened there? I didn't do them. Tigger, I mistook you for the... Too bad you can only not want sad face. Thrill of the charlatans. Yeah, people try to insinuate that I don't understand what a word charlatan is. It's like, I'm telling you, I looked up every letter in the poem. Every letter, not every word. Every letter. And they seem to think that I don't know what a charlatan is. And then they say, don't call me stupid. And I'm thinking, did you look up all the words? No. And I did. And they want me to, I don't know, just beyond belief. That looks like me, MJ. I am here for fun and answers. Well, I've given out answers, David, but nobody wants to listen to them. And my answers are Forrest Fenn's words. Now, if nobody wants to listen to my answers, which are Forrest Fenn's words, I don't know how they think they solved the poem. I really don't. I absolutely have no idea. I know for a fact, after reading every single letter in the Forrest Fenn poem, after going through every word that Forrest Fenn said, pretty much, like Corrine, retarded, elder, right, patience, easy, those words that stood out. My mother wouldn't bite down hard on a biscuit. See how high the bully would bounce. No, see, to see how high he could bounce. So the bully wanted to see how high somebody could bounce. So what the heck does that mean? I looked up those sort of things in that book. That don't make sense. I looked up all those words. And like I say, I looked up every letter in that poem. And I made stories with every letter in the poem. And I read about queens and Blackfoot Indians and all sorts of things. Even to a point where Forrest said, put it back, gold digger. Only joking or only laughing? I can't remember. But that's what it said. Put it back, gold digger. It's like, what? So, I don't get it. These people that say they solved it, it's like Forrest said, it's important to the story, and nobody has the story, but they solved the poem. What? Forrest says, begin it where warm water's hole. If you don't have it, you have nothing. And they solved the poem without having it nailed down. He makes so many statements, and people ignore them. Then he made statements about 2 clues, and people use 9. It's like, just sit and think a bit. And, the end is ever drawing nigh. He's talking about the chase. You being up a creek with no paddle, it's your creek. You're up your creek with no paddle. It can't be any simpler. There'll be no paddle up your creek. The chase you went on is yours. Your quest ended when you took the chest and went in peace, supposedly, which means that's your answer. Sit with it. Don't make a fuss about it because it's not part of the chase. Don't tell me you found a chest. The chest is just the lure. How can you moan that you found a chest when you need title to the gold? I am beyond calling people. I can't call them stupid now because they said don't call me stupid, but I'm beyond that. There is no logic in that. Why are you saying you found a chest when you need title? The chest has nothing to do with getting title. What the heck are you? It's just beyond that stupid. I can't believe people are that stupid. If someone's telling you you're going to get title, if you're braving in the wood, then be braving in the wood to get title. Don't take the chest and go in peace and finish. It's not over. Forrest has said, as I've gone alone in there, from there, that's it. It's finished. It's done. It's finished. What are you looking at all the other stuff for? All the other stuff is about the title. But for the chest, as I have gone alone in there and from there, he never came out of there. As I've gone alone in there and from there, there that he went in, it's no place for the meek. He never went anywhere. Don't go where a 79 or 80 year old man won't go. He went in there. That's where he went. That's where it was put. That's it. It's over. It's finished. There's your chest. Get on with it. Do the treasure. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't know how many more times I can say the same things. And people I'm not allowed to call stupid don't get it. And people say teachers give answers, don't get it. I've given answers. And you don't listen. It's not that you don't understand it, because my English is not too much different than your American. And I have taught people whose third language is English. And they would get that I am saying, Forrest said, go to the home of Brown. The rest of it is no place for the meek. Just, there is no way that people can be that obtuse. It's just not possible. And yet they keep saying it. I don't get it. He said it was a man, but probably a woman with him. He said he hit it in one afternoon. But he said, I hid the chest and then I hid the treasure. It's two different things, possibly. So if you're claiming you found a chest, I don't get it. You're never going to get the chest. He says in the interview, K-Pro asked him, Forrest, does the finder get to keep the chest and all the contents? Forrest says, I said in my poem, I'll give you title to the gold. That's a big fat no. There is no chest for you. You don't keep the chest. You get the title to the gold. The chest is going back. So you saying you found a chest is irrelevant to the title to the gold. Whilst it might be the answer that Forrest wanted. And when it comes to the end of the chase, if you are the person, you will get title to the gold. You won't be getting a chest. A chest went to heritage. A chest that you all know about. A chest that was specifically stated, is this the chest that was in the Thrill of the Chase book? Yes. It's just got gold in it. It's exactly what you see. Nothing is as it seems. That's exactly what you see. It's not the chest that was talked about, but that's exactly what you see, exactly how it was stated by Jack. And you can't see it? I don't know. And that's why I call people stupid. But I'm not allowed to call people stupid because, I don't know, they think they're not stupid. So I'm not calling them stupid. But I'm saying, crazy people. And got forgotten. Poor Moses. I'm going. I think before I go though, I'm blocking Haji's on this channel. Thanks everybody for coming. I'm sorry there are such idiots. People with no humanity about them whatsoever. Selfish, self-opinionated, arrogant. Bill, don't ever let me meet you. I'm telling you. And I don't care if it's you or not, Bill. Whoever Smoking Joe is, don't ever let me meet you, Bill. Sad, sad man. And when you come on to someone else, I'll block that as well. And when you come on to someone else, I'll block that as well. And when you come on to someone else, I'll block that as well. Just. I'm going to have to go. It's getting to me. Thanks, everybody. I'm sorry these idiots, behave the way they do. I feel sorry for myself at this moment in time, and I'm selfish because of what's happened to me. I feel sorry for Forrest that these people try to ruin it the way that they do. It's just stupid. Thanks again. Ciao for now.